Hey, great
What's
Wednesday
up?
morning. It
Oh,
is a
sorry.
beautiful morning in the city of Brownsville, Texas. It's raining like crazy.
Is it really? Is that why I slept really, really good last night? I didn't even realize that it was like time to wake up.
I think it started. Well, it was raining yesterday, and last night. I think it guess it rained through last night. I mean, I went
Mm.
out of the house a little bit because we had to reshuffle the cars because my parents seem to think that it's okay to park in the middle of the street.
Why do you park in the middle of the street?
I don't
How many
get it.
cars y'all have?
Oh, we each have a car. I have
Okay, so that's three cars.
three cars, but then someone had come over to fix. I don't know what they were fixing, and they were there, and an assistant was there, so there's no place to park.
Mm.
So that's part of the problem with those cul-de-sacs. What's it called? Cul-de-sacs?
Cul-de-sac, yes.
Cul-de-sac.
That's how I pronounce it. But that again, I don't know how to pronounce things anymore. I have a hard time understanding things. I can't hear things. Just like that Myra ad. I have really difficult time understanding that ad.
How was how was your bout with COVID?
It was okay. I survived. I didn't die, thankfully. I had it worse than everybody else in my family. Like I told everybody, they went to Disney World and I didn't go, and they didn't bring me anything other than COVID. That's all they brought me, buddy.
No,
Why are you yawning? Oh, you're wearing a Pink Floyd shirt. That's what that is. It's just been fuzzy and it unfuzz right now. I can finally read it.
sorry. I love
Maybe it's
Pink
because
Floyd.
I'm old. Yeah.
You are old. And this is the perfect weather for Pink Floyd music.
Have you ever done the Dark Side of the Moon, the entire album synced in with Wizard of Oz?
No, I haven't. I've never been that patient.
I don't know. It's like maybe one day I'll do it. Is it like you have to start it right at the second roar
Yeah, of
of
the lion.
the MGM lion?
Yeah.
No.
No, I haven't. I've had another patience to do it. I mean, I hear that it's interesting and it goes with the music. I'd be
Hmm.
interested way one day when I don't have anything
Oh.
else to do. When I'm
Hmm.
doing the Roman thing,
Yeah, I'm just in my car talking
without
and
anything
reading.
else to do.
Yeah, I mean, especially when it rains. Have you ever been in your car when it rains just to be in the car and watch the rain fall in the car? It's really cool. I enjoy that.
No, I
I
actually
have.
will.
I mean, even people who work will sometimes sit in their car before they go in the house, like to relax for that moment. I'm sure other people do it.
Psychopaths?
Yeah, they just park right before they go into the house after work. They just park.
Yeah, psychopaths.
No, not a psychopath.
It is.
No, it's like you gotta like because you just leave work, you get into your car, and you're hauling ass to get home, and it's like you haven't had a chance to like relax. Yeah. Anyway, so
Uh, it's outrageous.
apparently, yeah. Hey, there's a study that says Ozempic and Wegovy won't raise suicide risk. It just popped up in the news. I didn't
Awesome.
even know that was a thing.
I haven't had any thoughts of suicide, and
Oh,
I'm on Ozempic. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, Let me say, people still drive horribly in the city of Brazil.
because of the rain?
Well, it says everyone starts to slow down. It's not a good idea. Just go your regular speed. If you have halfway decent tires, you should be okay. Unless for people that are driving around without insurance.
Mm, I don't know. I think we have a lot of people that drive without insurance.
A lot of people, too many people. Uh,
Hmm.
uh, Roman, you haven't been on in a while. You say that because of COVID. I thought you were fleeing the scene of the crime.
What crime?
All the crimes that are being committed against the community of Brownsville.
Oh, like what?
Like the zoo.
Oh, the zoo. Oh, the zoo that's being taken. That's growing. I mean, I guess let's think of the positive thing. Let's think positively for a change. I'm going to try to be the opposite of what Vito thinks of me. At least we're finally getting something that the mayor that's right now the mayor said he was going to do. Never mind that he hasn't lowered PUB rates
Well,
or whatever, PUB
let,
fees or whatever.
let me say
But at
this.
least he's fixing the zoo, right?
Let me say this. You know, estos no dan brinco sin guarache. You know, there's always something in it for them, and that's what's
They get a
really.
hotel, and that's probably part of the deal that the superintendent and the city manager are working out, right?
It, it was never meant for a hotel or a parking garage or a shopping center. It was
It
never
was for
meant.
the animals, right? They needed a space for the animals for their accreditation. I
Yeah,
thought that's what it was about. No, it's
that's
not.
that's what it was sold as, and even at the press conference. And at the press conference, I made mention of it. I said, "Guys, this is all about the hotel," and it's really
You were
been.
at the press conference?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Did you go to the town hall too?
Yeah, I didn't go to town hall.
Then you could have asked your question there and asked, why is this all about the hotel?
Well, it's crazy because again, part of the problem is that a lot of people here in the community, they don't know the backstory of what is being done, and when
Mm.
that happens, you don't have a clear understanding. First of all, that hotel that is being pushed on the city and pushed on this community by certain businessmen here in the city of Brownsville. Uh, Part of the hotel, Barnes and Bailey. Well, we're going to talk about the VIC board meeting, but it's been in the works. Back when I was on the board, they came and presented to us, and I said, "Are y'all nuts?" Because they were trying to find a way to put a hotel next to the Performing Arts Center that was never built, and I said, "No, the property."
But where was the Performing Arts Center going to be built, and why were they going to build a hotel next to it? I
On
didn't
Mor-
realize the Performing Arts Center was going to be so close to the zoo to build a hotel.
no, the Performing Arts Center was supposed to be on Morrison.
Uh huh.
I mean, that little big old chunk of land that's there right before getting to
Is that
Santa.
where the new CTE is going to be? That the new version of
That
Cummings is going to be?
that's what they said. It's
So
not
who
gonna
owns
happen.
that land? Who owns the land
BSD.
there? BISD owns the land there at Morrison.
Yeah,
So the idea is the future CTE thing that is in their big old screen thing that the city is talking about. This is where it's going to be a future. So
no,
so you made it seem like it was part of the deal. Like, hey, look what we're going to do for BISD. Not only are we going to sell them the land, we're going to not only are we going to give them $60 million and pay for your PUB bills for like 5 years or 7 years, or however long it takes for them to move out. Which, by the way, ratepayers are going to be paying for. Subsidizing the BISD now. It's great. Congratulations, I guess. And then they were going to get land over at Morrison, but you're telling me the land is actually owned by BISD?
yeah,
What? Wow. What a great, sweet deal.
yeah, not for BISD, and definitely not for the community. So
How is it not a sweet deal for BISD? They're getting their PUP bills paid for at Cummings for like 5 years at minimum.
but who's
Isn't
paying
that
for it?
great? Isn't that wonderful?
But who's paying for it?
Oh, I don't know. Like it really matters. Nobody cares who's paying for it. It's just robbing Peter to pay Paul, and it's awesome. Isn't it wonderful how
Yeah,
you got the city that the taxpayers fund, but the money that's going to pay for it is not from property taxpayers, right? It's coming from BCIC or GBIC, one of those, that we don't pay for. Our taxes don't pay for that, right? And then they're going to pay BISD that money, and it's going to save them money so they don't have to raise our taxes. Oh, wait, did they raise our taxes last
they,
night?
they raised our taxes.
Oh, that's right. No, but they lowered the tax rate, Osmo. That means they lowered our taxes. Isn't that what they're going to tell us? And they're going to feed us that BS crap from the superintendent and our board?
That's what they're going to say. Our taxes went up, and that's
Oh, no, that's not what the financial officer said last night at the board meeting. No, you're lying to us. You're lying to the people, Erasmo. How dare you lie to the people? How dare you?
you're just being
Huh?
negative. You're just
Huh?
being negative.
I'm not being negative. I'm being negative to you, yes, but not to our illustrious leaders in our community who love us and do nothing but support us and help us and don't at all screw us over every
Unless.
chance they get. They don't do that.
Let me say, part of the problem, Roman, is look, the reasoning
That you miss
why.
me?
No,
No, okay. That's fine. That's
the
not a problem.
reason that we're transferring over Cummings to the city of Brownsville is because the zoo is landlocked and it needs the land for the animals in order to continue with the accreditation process. and make sure that we don't fall into the pit that we are already in regards to the zoo. So what happens is they say, okay, now 20% of Cummings is going to be used for the animals, and 80% is going to be used for hotel commerce.
No, that's not what they said in the beginning. All of Cummings, everything of Cummings. Can you talk to the elected officials? They will tell you all of Cummings is going to be used for the animals. That's it. That's part of the deal, Roman. Don't you understand? You have to support this deal, Roman. That's what they told me. And I'll be
Drew,
like, oh, okay, well, I guess, stupid Roman.
and what's crazy is if you mentioned anything, is, oh, you're just against the zoo. And we're
You
like,
hate
no,
the zoo, just like you hate the children at Osmo. You hate them.
I
You want
totally
them to
get it.
starve and not
Yeah,
get
totally.
air conditioned classrooms. You're against the children
Heat is
and the
okay.
zoo.
But we're getting into the cold front season anyway, so it'll be okay for him. But
Open the window, right?
open the windows.
No, but they don't have jackets, Erasmo. They don't have jackets or sweaters. The children, they don't have anything. They're poor. Let's blame it on the governor
It's all about
and
the
vouchers and private schools.
so
That's what you get. That's the sensation I get from the BISD financial officer who gives a big old speech and somebody asks a question. Oh, I'm glad you asked this question. Let's talk about vouchers and private schools and how we're getting screwed. And it's like, oh, man. Like I actually had like a fake rolling tear come down when I heard the financial officer talk about that, by the way. He's
so
such a,
what so
I'm
what
not going
happens
to say what I think of him.
so what happens
I'm
is
sorry.
they say, well, no, now the zoo is going to help tourism because they're going to
Mm.
stay at the hotel. No one is going to
No
spend the
one's
night
going to say hotel.
overnight. No one's going to
No.
stay overnight uh, to close to animals in order to be closer to the zoo. It's just not going to happen. Not when you've got hotels less than 5 minutes away. It's just not going to happen. It's not feasible. But my biggest issue with this is the reason that the city needs Cummings is because they became landlocked. Okay. So you would think you're on mute. You would think you're still on mute. You're still on mute. So you would think this is while Roman's unmuting himself. So this is what happened, folks. The reason that the zoo needed Cummings, the city of Brownsville needed Cummings, is because they became landlocked and lost accreditation. We lost the elephants. We lost a couple of other animals because we could not be there anymore. Couldn't expand. So now with Cummings, the way they sold it was we're going to expand and you're going to have all this property for the animals so that we don't fall into landlocked and in the future don't lose accreditation. But Roman, putting a hotel, a parking garage, and a shopping center there automatically doesn't that limit the possibility of us being landlocked again in the future when a hotel is not needed? Now they sell it by saying, oh well, we're going to get money from BCIC and GBEC, for the expansion of the zoo. And I'm going like, guys, that's still our money. You know, those are still our tax dollars that are going to be used for the expansion of the zoo. And I think what happens, Roman, is that a lot of people don't understand what GBEC and BCIC are and how they're funded.
It's horrible. Oh, they're funded by sales tax dollars. I
And
learned that by watching TV.
it's still coming from us. It's like, oh, don't worry, don't take that money out of your right pocket, and then they reach into your left pocket and take it out anyway. I
No,
didn't get it from your right pocket. I'm going like, bitch, you still got it from me. It
they're
came
robbing
from
Peter to pay.
me.
Yeah, it's robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah, it's like
I said that.
when we go out to eat, and my assistant, and I say, my assistant, it's your time to pay. He goes, okay, pass me your credit card. I said, bitch, that's still my money. Just because you hand over the credit card doesn't mean that you're paying for it. I'm still paying for it. It makes no sense.
But going back to the hotel, I'm just.
I have a letter. See what letter. Let me see the letter. Huh?
Oh, what?
No, nothing.
Okay. Okay, so you're claiming that no one will ever stay at the hotel. So who's going to feed the animals and nobody's staying at the hotel?
Oh, they're supposed to feed the animals.
That's what I thought. That's what the whole point of doing a hotel, that you could like go out to the window and feed a giraffe. I thought that's what they were saying. Am I making that up? Did I dream it? Well, maybe it can happen. If
Well,
what's
I
the
think
song? If you dream, it can happen.
in one of the pictures I think that I saw is that they have like the giraffe and that you're looking out your hotel window looking at a
Oh,
giraffe.
I thought you were gonna feed the animals. I thought that was the point. Then what's the point of being in a hotel? So you can hear a bunch of animals making like who's gonna be able to sleep?
Is going what?
Who's gonna be able to sleep if you got the animals and the lions?
No one. No one is going to be
Arr.
able to sleep, and that's what's really really crazy.
Mm. Have
It's
they
not.
done a study? Well, since that's all everybody does, right? They pay for studies and they get consultants to tell them what they need to think. A bunch of studies everywhere. Have they done a study as to how many other zoos have hotels that do this stuff, and how big an occupancy those hotels get, and whether they make money? Or are we going to continue to subsidize the zoo? Like, if we do this, I mean, I don't even know why we're saying we, because it's not me or you doing it. It's not the citizens of Brownsville doing it or the BISD taxpayer doing it. It's going to be 7 people on the commission and 7 people on the BISD board are going to do this. They're the ones deciding it. But have they looked at other places? Whether it are, I mean, so going back, sorry, what I was saying. Are they going to, are we, the taxpayers at the city of Brownsville, going to continue to subsidize the zoo once they do this? Okay, I know you're busy.
Hold
I'm
on.
hoping you'd answer.
Go go.
Are they? Are we going to subsidize the zoo? I'd like to know. Uh, sorry.
I need excitement.
I'm just gonna wait till you're done.
Sorry. Let me go back to a question that was for you, Roman, and then we'll go
Okay.
back to the zoo. How was your grievance, Mr.
I have
Bennett?
no idea. I didn't even stay for the result. I don't really, honestly. I got to say this. The I go up when they do closed session now, and apparently they take the whole on the entirety of the BSD boardroom. They back in your day, they used to go into a little room and you could hear each other, you could talk, but no, they don't do that at BISD. They refuse to do that because of COVID or something. They haven't gone back to like, hey, let's go back into the room so that people can stick around and hang out and have a place to sit down. If not, you can't stick around. You have to stand like idiots out in the lobby for them to be done with the executive session. So I go up because I had a stupid question to ask, like how long is it going to take or whatever. And I'm shaking hands with Eddie and Marisa and Frank and Jessica and stuff. And they know me, right? Like I know who they are. They know me, and I'm saying hi. And the pinche gringa looking attorney for BISD, the one that works for Hanlon, asked me, "Oh, you're not talking about the grievance, are you?" And I'm like, "Why would I be talking about the grievance? Why in the world would I talk about a grievance to people?" Like, and what really pissed me off was, one, she doesn't know me, and two, does she think that little of the BISD board members that they would literally talk about the grievance with me up there? I mean, I don't know if I should be more insulted because she thought that I would be talking about the grievance, or should the BISD board members themselves be insulted that she thinks that they would violate the rules and talk about a grievance with somebody. What's more insulting? I don't know. I took an insult because she didn't know who the hell I am, but she obviously knows who the BISD board members are, and she obviously thinks that they're corrupt, right? Is that what it is? Am I wrong, Erasmo?
No,
Or you don't even know what I'm talking about?
you're absolutely right. And
She right. She thinks that they're corrupt, that they would be talking about the board. Obviously, she would never do that to a parent, a taxpayer, a voter. She would never assume that I would be corrupt enough to talk about a grievance with them beforehand. Obviously, thinks the board members are corrupt,
no, yeah,
right?
no, yeah, you're corrupt.
So I kind of like I was really pissed off. And my friend Jessica said, "You calm down." Like, why? She thinks that I'm corrupt. She thinks I'm a horrible person. I'll be talking about like what? Like, how do you introduce yourself to somebody? Like, oh hi, oh you're not talking about the grievance. Like this, mamada. Give me a break. Like whatever. So anyway, that's what happened.
Well, the Pendecs were on full display last night during Barnes and Bailey's BISD board meeting. That's the circus. I don't know if
Mm.
Roman knows about Barnes and Bailey.
I think that's a circus, isn't it?
Yeah. It is circus.
I don't know anything. I don't know nothing. You know.
Let me tell you, it's really unfortunate that there was an item on there, Roman, to conduct a forensic audit
Yeah, they had a big old fight about
of the
that.
district. Well, look, at the end of the day, if an item, an agenda item, was placed and tabled 2 years ago in regards to forensic audit, it is a responsibility of the district to
Mm.
have all that information already ready for as when they bring it back. So someone didn't do their job. Now they tabled the forensic audit 2 years ago because what they said was, we're going to have forensic audit, and I said, well, no, because we need specifics in regards to what we're actually going to audit. It's not that complicated.
Mm.
Tell us where the money went. Tell us where extra funds
No,
went.
but there's duplication of services, Erasmo.
That
Didn't they
makes
do a forensic audit back in your day? Oh, they did it.
they did
There's
it.
a bunch of duplication of services. That's what we heard from the board members last night.
It makes
Duplication of
no
services.
sense, Roman.
Because we already have an internal auditor and we have an
Yeah,
external auditor. Those are two different things. And now you're going to have a forensic. That's a third person auditor coming in. That
you
we
need
already have two auditors. Why do we
you
need a
need
third?
an independent audit in regards to what
But the
happened.
external auditor is already independent because they're not in BISD, right?
No, our internal audit, well, the external auditor does a more of a oversweep of it. I think one of the individuals that used
But
to
he
do
would
that,
be independent, right?
not really independent. We're still paying for him, but it's here
Oh,
locally.
so we're not going to pay for the forensic auditor?
We're going to pay for the forensic audit, but it's going
Okay.
to be aparte de an independent.
Okay.
What I think most people want. We want
Well,
to
I'm
know.
not saying I don't want a forensic audit. I'm just messing with you. I want to get the terminology right because we have to be thinking.
Just want to
Is
know.
Jessica my BFF? I don't know. She didn't tell the attorney to simmer down from her stupid question yesterday, but I don't know. I don't
Uh,
know, JD.
will they
No,
sell the
she's my
animals?
friend. I guess. I don't really have a BFF. I would have assumed that my BFF would be
You're
Erasmo.
sounding muffled.
Why? They're better?
It sounds like
It's because your stupid StreamYard is playing something about cookies and stuff. Does it sound better or no? No? Want me to redo it again?
yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Good
that you heard
morning.
that, but you want me to redo it again. All right.
No. And it isn't rocket science, folks. They know where we're hurting for money. What needs to be audited is very simple. Federal funds, because that's the money that Sylvia put her claws in. It's so amazing that these individuals that in the know, they come out before the people and they play this little game like, well, we don't know what needs to be targeted. Yes, you do. We do. I mean, most people in the community don't, but we do because we are in the game. We need to audit federal funds, which is something that got BISD in trouble during the Sylvia Atkinson reign. We've got to audit where the ESHA funds went. We don't need an audit. Look, we don't need an audit in regards to facilities to find out what happened in the building of veterans and the building of other facilities out there, because we
Mm-hmm.
already know we got screwed in twofold. We got screwed by the individuals that did crappy work, and they upped the price in regards to what was originally budgeted for. Now, I understand, Roma, that sometimes you're going to go over budget because it takes a couple of years, 3, 4 years,
Inflation. Prices go up.
prices go up, like what we're suffering now with the Biden-Harris administration.
That
So,
our friend Myra Flores is going to bring down the prices. She's going to bring it down. Did you see the ad?
your friend,
She's your friend too.
she doesn't like
Well,
me.
she's definitely my friend. I don't know about your friend. Never mind. I shouldn't speak for her autonomy and her friendship. So she's definitely my friend.
That's outrageous.
No, it's outrageous.
It's outrageous.
Seriously, that I can't. I watched that little thing in loop. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. Like constant loop. It's hilarious. I love it. Do you know that guy? Does anybody know who that guy is? I want to meet him. I want to
Oh,
say, dude, the guy who says it's outrageous. He obviously from the valley, right? Because
that
only
guy,
the valley people talk like that, right?
that
These are the- It wasn't like some consulting company that went out and on casting call to find somebody that will eat that wages like that, and
That
portray
that guy
Mexican Americans that live in the valley like that, right?
that guy needs to go on uh, out there and promote any and every business out there by going, "It's outrageous."
He could make a ton of money doing that.
Uh,
Like he could
He could be
totally
the
make a ton of
he could be
money.
the next. You called him the Mexican Hulk. He could be. "It's outrageous." He could,
Somebody said Mejolis, like Mexican, like and combining Mexican and Hercules.
well, more like the Hulk.
Angry Hulk. I'm Angry Hulk.
I'm Mexican Hulk. It's outrageous. But
He could
no,
make a ton of, but
uh,
he could be the next that chick that does the Haktua thing or whatever,
what?
like the Haktua thing or whatever. That he could be famous for doing that. It was awesome.
He
He
could be
was
the
great.
next Bronco 956.
No, nobody can be that famous.
That's how ghetto we are here in this area. That is how ghetto that many people consider Bronco 956 like famous
He's totally famous. He dances at the pulga.
in the ghetto, and my mama cried.
What is it?
Ghetto,
Ghetto.
ghetto,
Ghetto.
and then suppose he does this little shake and stuff.
Women go crazy for that. You're just jealous, Erasmo, because women don't go crazy. It's always your friends that go crazy for you, but not random stranger women.
By friends, who do you mean?
Anyway, let's just. I'm sorry. It's outrageous. You need to get that, and just anytime somebody says anything crazy, just say, it's outrageous. Like they raise your taxes. It's outrageous.
It's outrageous. That's
I'm
gonna
still trying to figure out what the guy was saying. Was he saying eggs, beef, and even cilantro are going up?
They are.
Hi, Kimberly.
She never said
But
hi to me.
beef, like it took me forever to understand what he was saying. I know they're not actors or whatever, but well, maybe I don't know.
It's outrageous.
It's outrageous. I was outraged by the
I mean,
price of cilantro going up.
I understand the message behind the commercial that Maida Flores threw out there. I understand. I still want to believe that she is just getting horrible advice from advisors, whoever they may
Well,
be.
I think they are. I mean, I think whoever thought that was a good ad is doing her a disservice. Because they're spending a lot of money on her. They really think that she can win this race. I don't, on a personal level, I don't think that the district is right this year. It might be more right in 2 years. But they're still planting the seed, which will benefit Republicans throughout her district. But I don't like the ad. I think it's too simple. I think the idea that you have these people talk about DC politicians, and I know that she says the word DC politicians, but do you use the phrase DC politician, Erasmo? I know I don't. I don't think I do anyway.
Do I use that phrase?
Yeah, DC politicians. You see, it's the only people that use the word DC politicians would be politicians, no? And I obviously this is not her words. These are written for her. These are consultants that write these things and write the script for her to be able to read. But the people that are doing I think are doing a disservice. I really do believe that. I don't believe that it helps when you're having people like, is he saying cilantro? Is he saying beef? Or it's outrageous? Maybe they're hoping that that'll click with people and like want to watch it and enjoy the video, the ad. I'm not sure that works. I don't think it works to have this. I mean, having a waitress come in and give her food. I think somebody commented that, oh, well, at least it's real food. It's not a picture of food. I'm like, well, at least it wasn't pupusa or something like that. It's like bringing the food and she randomly says thank you. I don't think that's worth doing, I guess. I mean, is she trying to say thank you to interpret how we should all say thank you to the waiter or waitress bringing the food? And if the slogan for their campaign is God, Family, Country, why do you allow a waitress to come in and showing her midriff? I mean, why? Is that really family oriented?
That's the Valley.
I don't know. And who's gonna go? And I like the ad that they did last cycle where she's with her family and it shows it's a community, it's a family oriented thing. it just feels weird to me having her go to a barbecue joint to be able to talk to a camera and eating by herself.
Was that
That
Texas
doesn't show the
Standard
family.
Barbecue?
And maybe because I read too much into it, but these 30 seconds are valuable because if you're running a campaign and you're gonna, in order to get the impression of that video or that ad and that message, it needs at least 2 weeks. They're gonna pay tons of money. You have to make sure that every little aspect of those 30 seconds are useful and beneficial to the candidate. And I don't believe that this ad does it. That's just my personal opinion. And that's because I'm publicly supportive of Myra. Myra didn't ask me, what I thought of the ad. She hasn't yet, but maybe she will now. Or she won't have to. She can watch the show and see my interpretation. It's outrageous.
It's outrageous. What's your first opinion? Is that the food stamp case being dropped by USDA? And I know what that was. Uh, I don't follow Vanessa Tijerina. I feel for her. I'm going to say this again. I've said it all the time. I feel for her kids, and people need to let her go. And the more attention is given to these individuals, you know, people just need to let them go. I know that there's a couple pages out there that are constantly bashing her, bashing her, bashing her. It serves no more purpose, guys. You can't kick a horse when it's down. Was it? Let her go. BID, mean girls, no violent mothers. Uh, what was really unfortunate about last night's meeting is, you have Denise come out with a prepared statement. She had it ready in time. I wish they would have been that ready 2 years ago when it was brought up, and she was one of the ones that requested for there to be a little bit more specificity in regards to what it is we were wanting to audit. I mean, if you're tabling a matter because you want it brought back, then have the superintendent, produce where we've lost money, where the district feels that we need to focus on, and then consult with the BISD board. And if they, like she mentioned to Carlos Elizondo last night, if she knows of a specific place that needs to be audited, we'll bring that up too. But we should have come up with a list, and it's not that hard. The superintendent should have come up with a list. These are the areas that we feel where we're losing money because we are $26 million in the hole.
But if you have all these committees, the public safety committee, the audit committee, the finance committee, all these other committees, why didn't any of the committees take up the issue of the forensic audit so it can be brought forward?
Well, I think what was mentioned last night that Eddie was the chair of the committee, audit
The audit
committee,
committee. Mhm.
and supposedly they hadn't had a meeting in years.
And why not?
Well, again, they should have, especially because they voted to table a measure that was specifically requested for an audit. They
Why
should have.
didn't actually, this happened 2 years ago, right? And this was his previous superintendent,
You're,
not the
you're going back into
current one.
echo.
Oh my god, it's stupid freaking. It's not my microphone, it's your stupid streamer. It's being annoying. Remember, can you hear
Try
me
using
now?
try using your computer microphone.
No, because if I use that, then I get feedback from you. Let me reverse it or something.
Roman unblocked me. Oh, congratulations. Hello.
All right, can you hear me now?
Now,
It's just that your StreamYard, I guess, changed its technical settings or something like that, and
I'm not sure.
I've never had this kind of problem. I
All
know,
of
but
it is.
why haven't they had a meeting? Shouldn't they just have a regular meeting? When they tabled it, did they not table it to say, hey, maybe we can send it to one of the committees to look at it and then bring it back? Maybe
Yeah.
that's what they should have done.
Maybe that's what they should have done.
Or maybe one of the people that was in the minority could have brought it up at one of those meetings and say, hey, we should put this on the agenda so we can discuss
They
it.
haven't had one.
But I mean, isn't Carlos in any of the committees?
I have no idea. Remember, he was censored.
Well, I don't know, but this was prior, like 2 years ago. Why didn't they bring it up in one of the committees? Wasn't he the chair of one of the committees at one point?
I have no idea.
I mean, somebody should, that they definitely dropped the ball. I don't agree with. I mean, maybe Denise has somewhat of a point when she says that this feels political to bring it up 2 years later. But everything's political at BISD. Everything is political. I mean, yeah, granted, we're 2 months away from the election, and yeah, you're right. The forensic audit isn't going to come up. We're not going to get the results of it, like I think Marisa pointed out. But
But we would have had it if we would have actually effected an audit 2 years ago.
yeah, but so everybody dropped the ball. So we just have a bunch of bumbling idiots running our school board. Is that what you're saying?
Right now, there's yeah, I agree with Teresa. It was a shit show. It was a shit show. It was horrible.
Did you say
But again,
shit show or a strip show?
but then this is what's so funny, Roman. They're all out there concerned is, well, how much is the audit going to cost? How much is it going to cost us? It's just going to be a lot of money. And we're like, bitches, didn't y'all just spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on consultants?
Yeah, they did. And then they had the middle school principals or something all wearing matching shirts now. They all have red matching shirts. I had no idea they were Republicans, but whatever. But I mean, that's what, and they were clapping. Yay! I thought that was inappropriate. I think that staffers like that should not be clapping, especially if they're all matching shirts. And I'm assuming BISD paid for them. Why are employees doing that?
I have no idea. It's just doesn't make any sense. And
I mean,
again,
so our principal is not like the union members who all wear the little shirts when they go to those meetings, so everyone knows that they're part of a union and they're representing the union and not necessarily representing being employees of the district.
maybe Maida doesn't have any friends. That's why she was alone at the restaurant. It's outrageous.
That's outrageous, Lisandro. That's outrageous. It's outrageous, or whatever he was saying.
That's
It's
so
outrageous. I can't even do. I was doing it perfectly yesterday, but today I had.
It's a Mexican Hulk. It's a great.
Like, but he's talking and it's outrageous.
It's
Like
outrageous.
he's like he pauses and then he does the motion like.
I thought it was
It's outrageous.
hilarious.
It was hilarious. It was
That's
hilarious.
what I loved more about that whole commercial.
It's a meme waiting to happen.
It's outrageous. That's the only thing that's going to stick with me. It's outrageous.
It's outrageous.
There's bad static in the sound, especially with Roman. Yeah, right
It
now.
might also be the fact that maybe your computer earlier. Sometimes you're getting that loop from because you're not getting the sound from.
Right now, your sound is good.
Yeah. I don't know. So let me know when it does. I'll just
That's outrageous.
It's outrageous.
Está
Oh.
protegiendo su papi René. Maybe
Who is?
Denise.
I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I would seem to think that there's a lot in there that needs to be brought to the public, and I think part of the reasoning that they don't have forensic audit is that they don't want to find stuff that they have to share, like with the Tenasca thing. If it wasn't for that audit, Roman, in the Tenasca, this community would never have known of the $179 million that the former mayor, Bruziak, PUB, and the city of Brownsville literally stole from ratepayers.
But now the ratepayers are subsidizing BISD's electricity at Cummings.
And are unlike the promises made by John Cowan, bills haven't gone down.
They haven't.
Well, it's so funny too, Roman, because
But maybe prices will come down if you elect him again. He has time to go to a Notre Dame Texas A&M game in Aggieland. Why is he not working to lower our PB bills?
Well, it's so weird, Roman, because people, they say, well, we're going to give you back. You're going to get a check. And people get a check for like $200-$300. Go like, oh, I got a check. And I'm going like,
and then
yeah.
inflation goes up. Hey, we were all okay with the Poppy Trump check. Don't
That's different.
We were all like all happy about it. Even though we knew it was going to be bad for the economy, but we were so happy. What are we going to do? Return it? No, this is going to cause inflation. Return it. Oh, man, nobody did. Nobody chat up. Nobody did.
But it's so funny because, we were like, I got a little check. And we're like, yeah, you're going to have to you'll probably give it all back tenfold in the next year because they're going to increase your rates because they never lowered them. So what does it matter if you get a $500-$600 check now if it's still going to be theirs anyway?
Buy a CD at your bank and then get a really good rate on it, and it'll make money. It makes money for you, I guess.
It won't. You're not going to get that much interest out of $500-$600. Puro Barnyard 956. It's outrageous. The majority needs to go. All of them need to go. Every single individual on that board just needs to go. Yeah, we need to wipe the slate clean and start anew. It's time.
But is it really going to be clean by any of them? Any of the candidates, you included?
Well, let me say this. At least with me, you know what you're getting. You're going to get
the devil I know. Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
You're the devil I know. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You're a
Well, I
devil.
mean,
You admitted to being a devil.
well, let me say this. I may have my little quirks, and people may not like my little quirks. Like one of the things that Maggie threw out in my face was like, "Well, your friend." I can't remember who he was talking about. I
You
can't
have
remember.
friends,
And
or
she
what?
and I said, "I don't have any friends." She goes, "Oh yeah, that's right." I go like, "Well, yeah, you know that." And people that know me know that I have a very very small circle, if any, of individuals that I actually hang out with. I don't hang out with anyone except
You're mad that I don't hang out with you out in public. I hang out with very little people too. You know that. But we're friends, I think.
you can't call them little people.
Is that like against the rules now? Is that not allowed? Are we not? We can't say the word. That's
That's
outrageous.
outrageous.
And Osmo, I'm serious. You need to get the video that is. I put it there, and then you can just like anytime I say something that's outrageous, or any candidate.
I actually wanted to see if I could play it. Let me see if I can share it. My God, it's
No,
so
you
funny.
probably can't share it on my page because I don't have. I clipped it. I clipped it. You can just like. It's
Let
a
me,
great little meme. It's gonna be. Let's make that man famous in a good way because I thought it was cool.
let me see if I can bring it up. My God. Uh,
Have you seen?
oh, I can
Um,
bring it up.
you got.
It's outrageous.
I heard it. I heard it. It's outrageous.
Where did I put it? My God, here it is.
It's outrageous.
Is
There you
that
go. Anytime somebody says something, you just have to play it. That's outrageous.
It's outrageous.
It's outrageous.
He almost sounds like the guy from Stand and Deliver, right?
Yeah, they are disgusting, especially the queen on her throne. I got people sending me texts. I'll be your buddy. Oh, wow. I've got
Yeah.
I've got those that I meet up with already.
I don't want to discuss that. You're running for BISD. It's great. It's exactly what I want.
My life is an open book.
I guess.
Uh,
I don't
I,
hope it really is.
I think one of the issues with Jessica right now is, she's been there for 3.5 years. She thinks she has a grasp in regards to what's going on, and unfortunately, they don't. They don't have a grasp of what's going on, and it's really unfortunate because they start to live this little lavish lifestyle that is, granted to them because being board members, and that's really unfortunate because when they start taking money from vendors and from other folks out there, then you start to lose the game. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
But
She's
you can really tell how anti, how against the BISD principles were, and they were clapping and almost fighting with Carlos. And you could sense and hear their reactions to whatever Carlos was bringing up. I don't agree with everything that Carlos does, and he knows I don't. That, although he was the one who asked me, "Why are you doing it on the show yesterday?" And I was like, "I just haven't done it because you don't want to." Just for that, I'm gonna do it on the show tomorrow morning. Because you don't wake up. That's very true. I don't wake up. But I'm gonna wake up just to show you that I can wake up. I'm just kidding. Anyway, but they're like so against him, and that one principal went up there and said some things, and Carlos is talking back, and you can almost feel the jeers and the disgust that these principals have towards Carlos, and that's not normal, right? I mean, these are supposedly educators. You know that word I hate to use. These are supposedly educators. They're the ones who are teaching our children to show respect, and they're just being like angry almost. It's just wrong. It's almost like vipers. Or I expect them to go next time at the next meeting because they're angry at somebody asking questions.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, and the administrators, they need to be a little bit more conscious and more aware that if monies are missing and this is where they fall into something that Frank Ortiz mentioned yesterday. Well, we have, every time we have a change of administrators, we have audits at our schools, which was a great point. The problem is that the mentality of a lot of the principals out there, a lot of the administrators, is that this is my world right here, this little school right here, and that's all I have to worry about. Well, yes and no. because you are responsible for the happenings that happen in that little eggshell there. That is your responsibility, but you have to look at the great, the big picture, the big great picture out there. You have to understand that by applauding when someone's saying, "Well, let's let them continue to rip us off blind," it really is hurting you because that means it's going to be less funds for you and less funds for your staff. One of the things that I thought was like outrageous, it's outrageous, was
Play
when
it, play it.
when they were talking, Roman, about classroom sizes. 35 students to a classroom, Roman. They think that's acceptable. That's madness.
But it was also acceptable to close campuses because we were trying to
It's
save money.
outrageous.
And
It's
yet
outrageous.
yesterday they were. How much money did they spend yesterday?
And the upwards of $100,000 on
They were
consultants.
spending money like crazy yesterday.
It's
But
outrageous.
we were trying to save, we were trying to be balanced. It's like this game where they have to balance the budget at the end of the year, and then they figure out, okay, we're going to spend all this money because we know this money's going to come in anyway, and we'll be able to play with the money at the end of the year in order to balance the budget again.
Makes no sense.
I don't know, maybe I don't make sense. Who knows?
Maybe step away from your mic a little bit.
That better?
A little farther.
That better?
A little bit. Now you just echo. But at least you don't sound scrunchy.
I guess.
The mayor is nowhere to be found. Nope. It's like all
No,
about-
he found it at Aggieland. He was in Aggieland this weekend.
sounds horrible.
Oh, I remember you refresh.
It's outrageous. It's like all politicians say every election year, false promises always. Wipe the slate clean and put brand new ratas, huh? Something like that.
Okay, you're a rata.
I'm not. Who has the video of the HR person coming out of Renee's condo? I did not know that existed.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'd like to know. Paper. She wants paper?
Who the hell's her name?
Yeah. Why?
She doesn't have any.
My parents are asking me for copy paper.
That
Why
still
do
exists? I thought everything went digital now.
no? We do copy paper.
Okay.
Why did they take my copy paper?
Mm.
Bastards. Nice to see you.
I mean,
BISD the building. Yes, let's do it. Just like your legs. My legs.
you have legs,
My legs are amazing.
but how amazing can they be? You keep losing all that weight.
Well, I
You
mean,
don't exercise to tone them.
no, they're a little bit wrinkly.
Well, yeah, because you don't exercise.
Well, I exercise.
It's gross.
When you end your show,
That's outrageous.
that would be outrageous. The purpose of requesting an audit is for the public to see how the vote was going to go. If there is nothing to hide, vote yes. The 23 million deficit after millions upon millions came in. I would again. I'm going to be a little bit stricter on that. I'm going to say it's 26 million. In my accounts, 26 million, and it just makes no sense. It's outrageous that all of these millions and millions of dollars came in, like the ESSER funds and Elon Musk money and other grants out there, and we're still at a deficit. It's just crazy. Let's say 25, just to round it up. Is reason suffice to demand an audit? 100%. And yes, here they are spending millions on consultants, bringing in staffers. Is their MO? Yeah, and again,
No, but it's priority funding, Erasmo. That's what the superintendent said. It's priority funding.
It's
The experts that our principals desperately need to be having other specialists come outside and teach them what they're not doing right. We should accept that and eat it and enjoy it and say, give us more spending.
can I have some more
Spending.
spending? Remember
Yeah.
that
Let's
video?
spend more so we can close more schools next year, right?
Can we have some more?
But
Please,
oh,
sir. Can I have some more? It's outrageous.
yeah, right.
Let's call it as it is. Ignorance, incompetence, stupidity rules Brownsville. Yes. But again, who's at fault, Roman?
You are.
Well, you are. The voters.
I guess. Oh well.
It's their
Doesn't matter.
cheering peanut gallery. Yeah. And they get their people. Let me
But
tell
they
you.
had matching shirts. that say one team or one dream. I don't know idea what it says.
Let
I
me
just know
tell you,
it's red.
Roman. What really, again, and this is what happens when people don't know the history behind it, or the backside story. When they were voting for the zoo, and BIZ was going to consider it again, all these people came to the boardroom. Yes, the zoo, the zoo, the zoo, the zoo. And when that happened, I said, I've been down this path before. And it's the same tactics, like bringing in all these peanut galleries in there. It's the same tactic that was used when they tried to sell the community the Performing Arts Center, Roman. I mean, it was packed. I was there, packed. I was also going to speak at the meeting. It was packed with students, teachers, professors, community, parents out there. Come out and say, yes, yes, increase our tax so that we can get the Performing Arts Center. And they cheered it on. They, spoke. They did raise our taxes, and we got no Performing Arts Center. Where's that money? Where's the $53 million that were put away? So
Well,
they
maybe
used,
we could find out if we do a forensic audit on facilities and right.
it's outrageous.
Mm, go
Ah,
Cowboys.
go Cowboys, Roman.
I know I'm wearing my cowboy shirt. In honor of the crappy season where I shouldn't say we because I don't play football.
It's outrageous. Some may actually support the sham. Just some just fear retaliation. Yes, I agree with that 100%.
I don't care. I don't
There's,
care if you fear the retaliation. You don't feel the retaliation. You fear losing that chequecito and that authority you get by being a principal. I guess I don't know. But then again, you're just a soldier is what you are. You're just an employee. You're an educator or something. Mm.
now, my parents are asking my assistant to go to Sam's and buy stuff for them. We're like, bitch,
Get your own assistant.
what?
She was saying that her assistant sucks.
Share it, Osmo. You need to share.
He said that
Share.
my mom said that their assistant sucked. And what, they think mine's a superstar or what?
Little do they know. Little do they know.
They don't know him like I know him. He's mean to me despite I'm the great person to him.
Yeah. Go.
Uh, Local, city, and county politicians don't give a crap about their community children. Hell no. Change of administrative audits are standard. It should include superintendents. I also see Ozempic made its way to the board. Who's losing weight?
Who is losing weight? I don't know.
I saw them all fat.
They all look the same. And I
It's
didn't say fat. I'm just saying they look the same. I didn't say
Fat?
fat.
Well, you were talking about the lonja that was popping out, that waitress.
I didn't say lonja like a mean way. I didn't even.
Oh.
Did I even say the word lonja?
Is
Did I say
there-
lonja?
No.
No, I said midriff. Don't be putting words in my mouth.
you,
I did not say lonja.
you already fell for it. You already accepted
No,
it.
I didn't lonja. I did not say lonja. I said
But you were
midriff.
thinking lonja.
No, I didn't. Because the girl didn't even have a lonja. How am I going to say lonja when she didn't have a lonja?
Well, did you see her midriff?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they have a lonja.
That's her lonja.
No, that lonja means like a tire or something. No, midriff. No.
A lonja could be a little midriff. That could be your lonja. Size matters.
So you mean somebody has like a six pack, like really tight, and they showed their midriff? There's a lonja.
It depends on what's underneath. It's called hypocrisy or rebirth, really.
That's
There,
outrageous.
for the students. It's outrageous. Or only get them illegal because you're not the majority in control, as is in the past. It is hypocrisy. I agree with Hope. Roman, anything other before we reach an hour? We've been here for an hour, which
It's only 54 minutes. We still got 5 minutes to go.
it flew.
And no, look, since I don't know when I'm going to come back on. So, what do you think? I know you were telling me that you don't see any of the ads. Like, you don't see any of the TV ads at all.
No, because if I record whatever shows I want to see, and then I just fast forward through the commercials. But I was watching, I think, America's Got Talent last night, and while I was like speeding through, I think I saw a Maida commercial come on. We're like, I'm not missing
So
anything.
you haven't seen the gobble 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 commercial from the dark money pack going after Adam for not paying his taxes supposedly.
When I was shuffling through, I saw Adam's picture, so I said like, but I don't remember if that was during Gutfeld or I can't remember. But I was watching something and I was fast forwarding. I saw a quick, but I didn't stop to see it. I don't.
I'm curious what your audience thinks of some of these commercials that pop up. Maybe they they've seen any of them, you know? Like I'm curious what they think of those ads that are coming up. If they move them in a certain direction, do they like them? Do they go, you know?
Your microphone's rolling down.
Again,
I tell them, Gus, pero no hace caso. Es un hard cabezón.
I promise you, it's not my microphone. I'm not doing anything to it. It's because Spectrum, StreamYard has changed its settings now, where you must use their cookies, and I don't want them to use my. I don't know why they changed it, and I don't want them to accept the cookies. And I think that's what's going on.
Give them your cookies.
I don't want to give them my cookies.
They
don't deserve my cookies. I don't want their cookies.
I got your cookie right here.
Yeah. But anyway, go. Well, we got like 4 minutes before it goes crappy again. All right. Hey, thank you guys. What were you saying? Oh yeah, the gobble gobble ad. I'm curious if you all see those ads, do they mean something to you? Let's make your audience the focus group, whether or not these ads are useful in any way, shape, or form.
Has anyone seen those ads?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I would like to know. If anybody's seen the gobble gobble ad, the Myra ad, the I think there's an Auntie Morgan Lamantia ad from some family. Texas Family Recovery Project. I don't know. And then there's the Monica de la Cruz ad that she just unveiled yesterday. And there have been 2 ads that have been done by Michelle Vallejo, who's running for Congress against what's her name? Against Monica de la Cruz. I think those are basically the political ads out there. Watch them and tell us what you think. I'm curious. I don't personally. I think the ad that's going against Adam Hinojosa is a very, very effective ad. The fact that they're spending 60 seconds of airtime, which is a lot of money to be spending, and it's on everywhere, I think that's effective, although I think the link might be a problem. I think they probably only need it to be 45 seconds, but you can't buy 45 seconds of airtime to be able to tell what they're trying to say. I will say that ad also playing on the radio, and it's like more damning, I think, on the radio than it is on TV. I've even seen the Spanish version, which is nuts, playing everywhere. But I'm curious what they think. Maybe they can later on, if they watch them, they can make a comment.
It's outrageous.
It's outrageous, but I think it's very effective. I think that to give credit to whoever is doing this ad, the La Mantilla Circle, I'll say, I guess, to give them credit, they were very smart to do their ad before Labor Day, before all the ads started coming, because now they're able to tell the story of what they perceive Adam to be. So when Adam goes out and says, "Hey, I'm a small business owner," the viewer can say, "Yeah, but have you paid your taxes?" They already have that in their head. So the ad tells you he's a small business owner, he's this, he's that, but he doesn't pay his taxes. And that's going to be in the voters' back of their head anytime they hear any of his ads. And they expect, I fully expect Adam to be on TV soon. I fully expect him to have a lot of money to be able to get on TV, because it's going to be a very expensive state Senate race. And I think it's going to be close. Right now, I think Adam has the upper hand just because of the direction of South Texas. If I were a betting person, I would bet right now that Adam would win the race. But maybe there'll be a lot of independent voters who will see that negative ad. But if your viewers have not seen the ad,
I think
it won't matter.
I think Trump is going to help us, Sam, this season.
You think it's going to help Adam?
Yeah, I think Adam. I think Trump is going to help.
Hmm.
I think a lot of people, again, one of the things that I don't think that the Democrats are taking into consideration, there's a lot of people out there that are coming out to vote for Trump. Here locally, actually, and in the Valley and in our area.
But are people going to vote for Trump and leave it blank, or are they going to vote for Trump and then vote for people like Chente and Morgan Lamantia and others? I mean, is that you think going to happen?
I think they're going to be more inclined to vote down the Republican, the R's, instead of voting for the D's or leaving them blank even. Because I'm hoping that most people understand that you need, if you're going to go out there and vote for a president, you need to get as many individuals that are in the same party out there as elected as well. And I don't think that La Mantequilla has done a great job in regards to being out there in the community as much as she could have been. And I think that that happens because of the poor staff that sometimes, again, the people that you surround yourself with, like Maida's mistake, they just haven't understood that or realized that. Uh, Off topic, Roman,
Mhm.
Gallego's trial started yesterday.
It did.
Well, the jury selection,
Oh wow.
and that's interesting because uh, that's going to be an amazing,
Are
amazing.
you
I'm
gonna
trying
go
to think.
watch it? Gonna go watch it?
Maybe a couple of days. I actually do, unlike you, I do stay busy during the day with work. Um, Let me say that
I know.
I
Mm.
heard that there was a VIP list of individuals that were going to come and testify, which in,
What?
yeah, which included Lucio, Vela, and
Which?
Cortez,
Wait. Which Lucio? There are many Lucios.
the third.
The third? Third?
Third. You're mean.
I have no heart. No tengo corazón.
It's closer to
I have a
30
dark
million.
heart.
Yeah, I would dare say in the upwards of 26 million, close to 30, if not more than that.
And what vela are you talking about? Like prende la vela? Un
Filemon,
candle?
Filemon Vela,
What? The judge? I thought he was passed
Cong-
away.
congressman.
Oh, the congressman. Oh, the congressman.
You don't know your political players, Roman. I'm
I'm just being
surprised.
funny, dude. I'm just
All right, La
I'm just
Mantequilla.
making. Hey, I just was making the comment. You know, the dad, the
Yeah.
senator, and then
I got
the
some comments for you.
congressman.
All right. One more minute. Wait. So I got actually people waiting for me, Roman. So and
It's
we're
okay.
past our hour.
It's okay.
Guys, have a great day. Roman, thanks for coming on. We missed you.
Oh,
Bueno.
thank you. I know I miss you too. I don't know.
Captain
Maybe,
Bob,
maybe.
Captain Bob missed you.
Why?
He's such a nut.
Who,
So
me or him?
both, but more Captain Bob.
No.
Oh, yeah, are you coming on tomorrow?
I don't know tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to make it at least once a week.
Perfect.
I
Guys,
promise you.
have a great
Once a week at
day.
least.
We'll have Roman on Wednesdays.
More than likely.
Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be. God bless.